So durable athlete, even though, our business and our brand has the word athlete in it, our biggest thing is everybody is an athlete, right? Like even myself, I'm not a professional athlete by any means, but every day I'm expected to perform mentally and physically at my peak, or at least I want to. I don't really know if I would ask the question to, whoever, like whatever their profession may be. I don't know how many people I could ask and say, do you want to perform at your mental and physical peak? And, people say no. Like, I don't think I've come across somebody like that. There might be some people that live by that mantra, but I haven't come across, many. So for me personally, if that's you and if that resonates with you, like, yeah, I want to show up as my best every day. Well, if you're not getting enough sleep and good quality sleep, then every single day you're going to be waking up on the wrong side of the bed. And not even that, but you're going to be waking up already at like 60 to 70% of your peak potential. Like, why would you start in the deficit? I've just never understood that. I know everyone kind of has their own different, schedule and different reasons for everything, but, sleep has got to be the priority. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's got to be. And then number two, from like nutrition standpoint, food is fuel, right? So food isn't just something that, hey, I'm starving, so then this is when I eat, is when I'm starving. As an athlete, and even just as a coach, right? Like, we need food, not just to like give us energy to go about our day, but we need that food to actually like go towards like our muscles, our joints, and our cells, the things that we can't see. Like, we need that energy to actually refuel and recover and allow for things to adapt. Like, training is one thing, but then having enough energy and reserves to actually adapt, like that's a whole nother ball game. That's like, I'm just going to give a number to it just to put a number, but to work out, that's like 2,000 calories, but to actually adapt, that's like another 2,000 calories. And that's not even including the rest of our activities throughout the day. Again, I'm just kind of giving a very general number off of, just to kind of give some type of perspective for people. But like, I think we can all understand that, yeah, we need food to like go out and perform, but we forget about the adapting part, the adaptation. That's like the most important part. And then obviously from a breath standpoint, you could probably interchange that with like meditation or mindfulness. I think it's really important that, especially nowadays, especially with COVID and the way that it's kind of like, I would say like sectionalized a lot of people, right? Just for whatever reasons, hey, you can't go out and see people as much. You got to put your mask on. You got to keep 6 feet for whatever reasons that all that may be. Like, mentally, I think that plays a big role in how, some of our young kids and youth are developing. I think that a lot of kids and even adults nowadays go through a lot of like mental and emotional difficulties, and they have a hard time being able to like express it, not just to people around them, but to themselves as well, to be honest and be vulnerable with themselves and with people around them. So I think that breath is so important, is because you can always use your breath. You don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to be in a certain area to access your breath and get into like a mindfulness state where you can allow yourself to be vulnerable. You can allow yourself to really just be in the present moment, right? To, encourage everything that you got going on, and to really just, again, be able to admit that, you might not be okay, and that's okay, right? Like, nobody is perfect. And then I would say probably the last one is just movement. I mean, obviously you can interchange movement with fitness and everything else. Like you're saying, the speed, agility, mobility, flexibility, strength training, all that stuff. Optimizing like how much movement and how much fitness that you are doing in a weekly routine is, and the monthly routine, career routine, like that is so key. Like, I can't tell you how many players I come across that, and even like definitely including myself. Sorry about that too. Someone just showed up at our front door. We have that little chime, as I was like, the last time it should go off. But I can't tell you, and especially me, I think this is why I'm so passionate about the mobility and the recovery side, is that like when I was younger, all I did was spend hours on the court, like 5 hours a day, like nonstop, like 6 to 7 days a week. Like, there was no recovery. Like, the recovery was you get home at 6 and you're eating your food and you're watching a basketball game, and then you get into bed and you got to get up at 7 because you got practice the next day. Like, it was just like a constant go. And, what I think what a lot of people usually neglect is like, it's got to be like an ebb and flow, right? And I know during in season, it's so tough to do that because the schedule is hectic. But like, I think that a lot of players don't realize how much they're actually overtraining. And kind of like you said, like they don't realize it, but they're like 100% like feeling like, oh, I feel good today. Like that's actually probably really like an 80%. And they don't even realize it because they're just in a rut and they don't have enough energy and food to recover. They haven't slept enough to recover. Like they haven't given themselves, getting off their feet, time off their feet to like actually recover. And I mean, I could probably go down a rabbit hole because I'm very passionate about that topic. That I just think a lot of it is mental. I think a lot of it, players feel like, I have to get extra shooting practice. I have to get extra whatever practice because, I'm lacking in some capacity, when honestly, I think that it's more mental. It's more of like the mental portion of players lacking because they feel inadequate or they feel like they're not enough. And again, I feel like that's something that a lot of times kids could probably clear up, and even coaches could probably clear up with just being able to I don't even know if it's as far as having like a therapist or even just having a moment of like mindfulness where you can just be like really honest with yourself or journaling with yourself and just being like, well, hold on, I'm putting, 50 hours a week, into shooting. I think that's more than enough. I think I'm prepared. I think I'm ready for this. So yeah, hopefully I didn't go off too much on a tangent, but that is something that I'm definitely passionate about. I think a lot of players are overtrained to the max and don't even realize how overtrained they are.